Hello, hello, and welcome to our podcast. I'm Gaby Coburn.
I'm Kat Galarraga.
And this is
Besties Unfiltered.
Welcome back, everyone. Happy Thursday. I don't know.
We're here. We made it.
We're in like the second half of the year almost.
I can't believe it.
Almost there.
We're a quarter of the way there?
Yeah. It's been...
Can't believe it.
2023. I don't know. It's been wild.
I feel like January flew by. I didn't even see it. February was just as fast, and then March was like a little bit slower, or was it fast for you?
No, it's a little bit slower, but still a lot going on.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, spring break. Everyone was like into that.
And into wedding season now.
Wedding season. That's what our topic is for
go.
today. I'm so excited. I feel like weddings are either...
the best time or the worst?
Yeah, the best of the best, or just a funny story to tell later. And that's why I was like, Kat, like, we need to do wedding stories.
Yeah.
We did dating stories twice already.
Which have been really popular. Yeah. I'm sure there's a part 3 in there somewhere coming.
And I was like, you know what? There's really good wedding stories out there, so let's share about that. And,
jump right in.
And weddings are tricky. Like, planning weddings are really hard. If you don't have, like, you know, the proper team, like, sometimes it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's so expensive. Everything about a wedding can be very expensive.
I think a planner is always really useful, though, just to keep you organized and kind of communicating with everybody else that you might need to. I think that's the one investment people really want to try to make.
Absolutely. No, I agree. And I didn't know this, but did you know that there's different types of wedding planners? Like, there's wedding planners who help throughout the whole process. Okay. And then there's day of planners, which are there, like, they still
coordinate everything for the
day of.
Okay.
So you are in charge of, like, getting all your vendors. They give you recommendations, like, who to reach out to. And then they're kind of like, you know, you do all the communication, you kind of settle the payments, you do all the hard work,
the nitty gritty.
But then once, like the proposal's complete and signed and everything's agreed upon, then you just hand them over to the wedding
here
planner.
You go.
Yeah.
Take care of everything, thanks. Was it so much better?
Oh, it was so nice. Because I was like I'm a like control person, I guess, unfortunately. I don't know. It's
you and I both,
And so like I was so happy that I was able to like talk to all the vendors, pick who I wanted, really decide on things and be like, okay, this is the plan.
It's less stressful too. I feel like once you know what you want and you communicate with them everything that you need, it should be kind of like, okay, here's everything I want. Please get this done.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you have in mind what you're gonna do for your wedding?
Listen, I think it's still a good bit away.
Well, you don't know. You never know. You never know.
Oh, but I feel like I know.
Were you one of those girls who like had like a vision of what your wedding day was going to be like, or did you not?
I don't know. My sisters are really good at wedding planning. Now that I know that when my sister got married, she figured everything out. Yeah. My mom is really good at event planning and doing everything. So thankfully, I'm very good in that department. I think they will be. I think for me, I'm just going to be so overwhelmed with everything. I'm just going to be like, I like these colors. My dress is up to me. That's going to be my main focus is my dress. Yeah. Other than that, the event, like, whatever mom really thinks is good, I'll go for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I have a lot of faith in her.
Good. Yeah, you guys always do like really fun, like birthday.
Yeah, we go all out. Yeah. We love celebrating. I don't know if that's just like a culture thing, but we're really big on birthdays. We're really big on celebrating all the little things. I think it's just, especially after like all the COVID stuff, like we really wanted to celebrate every moment and little victory. So I just think it's really nice. But weddings are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
weddings are the best for us.
I like that, celebrating the little things. Yeah. I'm a big birthday celebrator and like little moment. Like I go all out. And
you should.
It's so much fun.
You never know. You got to live life. Celebrate.
Yeah, for weddings. And, like, weddings, you can have big weddings or small
weddings.
Yeah,
it could be intimate and still have fun.
There's so many things you can do. What destination weddings. Yeah. You can elope and have private weddings.
Hey, we don't judge. Have fun. A Vegas wedding, you never know. Those could be fun, too.
You can have a Vegas wedding. My mom was watching The Hangover. Is it The Hangover?
Yeah.
She was
That's
watching
brutal.
the other day.
That's my worst nightmare. I told my significant other, if we ever were, like, please don't do it the day before the wedding. Give yourself a week before, a month before. I just don't want any bachelor, bachelorette stuff to be the day before. Some people do that, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that still a thing? I know, like, back then it was, like, that's what you did.
But
like, even my parents did that, like, the day before. And I'm like, why? Why? Like, I did mine, like, 3 months before.
That's a safe bet. You don't know what will happen or go down. Like, you want to feel good. I feel like if you have 1 or 2 drinks or way more, you just want to enjoy it and the next day not be stressed out about a wedding.
Yeah. Oh, and I would suggest, if you're going to get married or if you're planning, to do your bachelorette and bachelor whatever at the same weekend.
Oh, that's fun. Oh, that's right. So you're having fun and they're having fun at the same time. That's very smart.
We did it like a weekend after each other. It was fine, like whatever. Yeah. But like I think it would have been better if it was like the same weekend because you're not like sitting at home like wondering like
what are they doing?
And obviously you want to be like cool. You want to be the cool fiance, so you're not going to say like who were you with or what did you guys do?
I'm like trying to think of who he'd have that would tell me everything and his bridal party or what do they call it? Groomsmen?
Yeah. And like Nico's still really close with all of his groomsmen and stuff, and sometimes they bring up stories. Like we'll be just like at dinner. I'm like, stop, just
I don't want to
know.
I don't want to know.
I just don't want to know. I never want to know, and just keep it there. I'm sure it was fine, but like, I think it's just better left unsaid.
The unknown files of matrimony.
All right, you want to hear this one?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, at my wedding, my husband and I took it too far with shoving cake in each other's faces.
Oh, no.
Next thing I know, my entire boob is out. The sheriff at the time was there. So probably like the sheriff of the town was there. And made a joke about it, to which I replied, "They're real." Oh.
Good for her.
We had... she was like playing it off. We had around 360 guests at our wedding.
Someone captured that moment, I'm sure.
She goes, "It's possible somewhere out there there's a picture of my tits on some sort of Bride's Gone Wild website." She said, and I had asked her, I was like, "Oh my gosh, has anyone like brought it up since?" She said, "My photographer brought it up not too long ago." She was cracking up.
That was kind of funny though. She was a good sport about it. She wasn't overwhelmed or bad about it, I guess.
I think I would cry. I would just cry my eyes out. And like my dress was open back, but it was like
so
cut very. I had like a little like a side boob almost. Like there was like movements I did like sometimes a side boob and like I went through all the photos just to make sure. I was like please.
Yeah.
So oh my gosh. Yeah, there's definitely a photo of that somewhere. Could you imagine?
Well, that's like a big no-no for me too. I don't like that even in birthdays. Don't put my face in the cake. Don't smush the cake piece in my mouth. Like that's just no.
Yeah, I didn't the cake.
Because I'm big on makeup, and that'll ruin my makeup. Like I don't need cake anywhere other than when I try it and eat it. No, thank you.
Although, like when you do have cake, though, like you're at like the end of your wedding.
No, I still want cute pictures at the end. For me, it's not necessary. To each their own. If that's a thing, a tradition for you, go for it. Have fun. Not for me. I would be really upset if somebody did that.
Yeah, I would. I never liked the cake smashing thing like on birthdays.
It's so aggressive.
Although your boyfriend always brings up a cake story that I did at his house. Apparently he had a this is a side note.
He got really offended by it, I think.
I don't know why he keeps bringing it up. It was like 6 years ago and we were in college. Like who cares?
Somehow he woke up to cake on the ceiling. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, Nico and I had a cake fight probably because we knew we weren't going to do it at our wedding. So we're like, let's have it now. And
better than at the wedding.
We were in college and we had this cake fight in the kitchen at Kat's boyfriend's house. And it was everywhere. We didn't clean it up until the next day. I did come back and clean it up the next day, and I cleaned their bathroom. There was like this is a
boys'
like
bathroom
a batch,
is not good.
Yeah, a batch room, like a batch house, like or fraternity house. I said batch house.
Oh no,
fraternity house, and they had to return the house back. And I was like, I'll clean your bathroom too.
That was nice of
you're welcome. And let's not bring it up anymore because it was fun. It was whatever. Anyways, back to
you made up for it. He was okay after.
Oh, but cakes.
Okay, so here's another story that I found on cake. So this was in a cake topic.
Okay.
So this I found on a BuzzFeed article. So cake cutter is what the topic is called. I watched a cake cutter who was the mother of the bride use the knife and her fingers to lift each piece of cake and place it onto a plate. She would then lick the frosting off her finger and then proceed to cut and plate another piece of cake while using the same knife and finger method. Safe to say, I did not enjoy wedding cake that night. So, big no-no. I think the bride, or maybe even the wedding planner, can kind of serve the guest like the bride or somebody, be doing it versus somebody else.
Well, not serving, but like the bride and groom do the cut, and then the rest is served by like the servers.
Yeah. As I feel like as it should if they're there.
Oh, she licked her fingers.
No, don't do that.
I wonder if anybody, like, no one said anything.
I'm sure if people didn't notice, they would, but as you're, like, getting or doing the line to get the cake, they'll notice. I would just be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I don't need cake today.
I thought of something.
Wedding related?
Yes, that I did at my wedding. That's similar. Did you do it? I'm so embarrassed.
What?
We did a champagne pour.
Okay.
Like, you know, like the triangle, like all the champagne glasses are like stacked.
The tower.
Nico opened the bottle of champagne.
You drank out of?
I drank out of the bottle, and then we poured it into all the cups.
I mean, it's not like you, like, poured it back in the bottle. I feel like that's different than the cake for some reason.
It was pre-COVID, so
yeah.
It's fine.
You're okay. I'd give you a pass.
I just realized we did that.
I don't think that would bother me, or that's something that people are really looking at. I'm sure everybody was drinking already by then anyways.
It was wild, yeah. Okay, sorry.
Onto another story you have. I'm trying to think if there's, like, a drinking one. No.
Okay. I was maid of honor at my best friend's wedding, and I was on the dance floor dancing with her and her husband, her new husband, and the bridal party. Her aunt was there too. I was holding a glass of wine, and my husband did like the booty bump, so like, like checks, like a little check booty
love
bump.
Tap.
Yeah. And it moved right into. So the booty bump like hit her arm and moved her wine glass, which proceeded to pour all over the front of my friend's aunt's jumpsuit. It was a white jumpsuit.
Why is she wearing white?
She was so pissed. Listen, she was so pissed, walked off the dance floor to clean it up. I told my friend what happened. And her friend, who's the bride, she goes, well, that's what she gets for wearing white to my wedding.
Yeah, don't do that. That's a big no-no.
Karma's a bitch.
I have under one of our topics to do wedding attire, and a big one was wearing white as a wedding guest.
You know, she deserved that. I'm sorry. Don't wear white to a wedding. Oh, man. I mean, I would have felt bad.
Like, I feel like.
Like, I would have felt bad. Okay, like, I poured my drink. Like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Like, she has to wear this outfit with, like, a big red stain. Like, probably looks like.
the bride was okay with it. She's like, ha.
Yeah.
Payback.
But why? Why are you wearing white?
No, don't do that.
I don't know. Maybe she had this, like, never had a wedding and wanted to, I don't know. But yeah, white's a no-go.
That's a big
I don't
thing.
even do, like, an ivory color.
I think if it's like maybe mauve is kind of like pushing it, like a dusty pastel color in any shade is fine, but nothing that's near white, cream, eggnog, whatever, eggshell territory.
I always also, like, what do you think about, like, I try to look at the wedding invitation and be like, okay, these might be her colors, so I wear something that would match it, but I try not to.
You don't look like a bridesmaid either.
I don't look like a bridesmaid. Is that like a thing? Do people do that, or just doesn't matter?
I don't think bridesmaid matter. That's to me, that's not really like territory of you being inappropriate. I think it's more so the invitation should say dress attire. So there's casual, there's business casual for like men, there's cocktail, and then there's black tie. Yeah. So I think
is a whole nother thing. Like, you know how many people like are like, okay, what does casual mean for you? Or like, what does black? I mean, black tie is black tie. I think that one's pretty solid.
Usually, black tie is usually long dresses. So gown. Cocktail, you can get away with short. I think you can do long for cocktail too, as long as it's just very kind of like simple.
Well, there's like formal, and then there's semi-formal, and that's where things get a little.
Worst case scenario, you ask the bride or groom, or somebody in the bridal party, and they will get back to you if you have any sort of miscommunication, or if you're not sure, if you get it, just send them a picture.
Yeah.
Like, is this okay?
It's so, like, even, I mean, I've seen weddings where it was like formal attire, and there were some guys who showed up in like Sperry's, shorts, and a Hawaiian shirt. I know.
No.
Like, if you're questioning it, always dress up. Like, dress up than what you think. Like, go more.
Especially for men, I feel like they can get away with a suit at any wedding.
Yes. Like, you have a suit on, it's fine. Like, you can take the suit off.
But if it says black tie, really go all out.
Well, then you have to go all out. Yeah, black tie is like the ultimate go all out. But
good as it gets.
Yeah, I think also like talking about like wedding stories, like seeing people who are underdressed at weddings or wearing white.
That just upsets me.
It's a little cringe.
Yeah, no, don't do that. It's really disrespectful in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's a wedding. You dress up, like go all out. It's your time to shine.
Like you have plenty of time to get, I'm sure they'll give you notice with a wedding. So you have time to look for your outfits. If you have any question, ask the bride or groom. Safe bet.
Yeah.
Please make sure.
Yeah. This one is from a wedding photographer. So she, luckily enough, she's like, I really don't have any crazy, crazy stories to tell besides this one. So I don't have any crazy stories to tell aside from one wedding where a cousin of the groom slapped his girlfriend in the face at the wedding, and then the groom and his brother fought him. What?
It's like a full-on battle, not wedding.
Could you imagine like a fist fight just like breaking out in the middle of your wedding?
Well, who's hitting their girlfriend in the first place? Yeah, that's already. I'm glad she left him,
and I'm glad they beat him up.
Was the groomsman related to the girl then?
No, to the cousin,
the boy that slapped her,
the one who slapped him.
Yeah, he should know better then if he was the one.
Yeah, I mean, I asked the photographer. I was like, did you get any photos of it?
Yeah. Did you imagine getting those?
She didn't.
I'm sure they stopped as soon as they saw it, or maybe didn't even see it.
It's so awkward. Then it just sets the vibe all off, and it's just...
That's really sad.
Yeah.
Well, kind of going into wedding photography, did you know that now there's a new kind of job opportunity out there where it is a wedding content creator for the day or the night? So you can either have them for the day, the getting ready, or have them for the reception and the ceremony. And I thought that was so great because I don't want to be on my phone. Like, please take all the stories, get me in there, add a filter, I'll pick my faves. Yeah. And they do it all for you. They can either upload live, even do a live, or they will send you all of the footage afterwards for you to upload and just kind of be posting throughout the next few days.
Awesome. That is amazing. I love that. I'm going to do that.
Smart.
I'm going to start doing that on the side. Like, think about it. Like, you're too busy, like, having fun. And, like, we always did. I don't know if they still do that, but they do, like, a wedding hashtag. So they can get all the photos. I think it's so much better. You just have someone do, like, that whole part.
Have them create the hashtag for you, something catchy. And there's actually a really big TikToker. Her name's Lauren LaDucier. She goes by Plan with Lore. So if you need any tips or anything, she has a whole TikTok on it, and she's amazing. Please follow her if you have any, questions. I'm sure she'll answer them in her TikTok. But
that's amazing. And I would also do it for like the rehearsal dinner because that's fun with like you have the groom's, like the bridal party all there and just like hanging out and like the pre-wedding stuff.
I'm sure you'll have somebody within your, region or wherever you destination wedding wise, or you can hire them before. And I think depending on the package you get, you might have to pay for their travel. But other than that, you're good to go. You don't have to lift your phone up the entire day.
That is genius. Okay, I love that.
Especially for influencers, because they're not going to want to be doing everything. So it just makes more sense.
Oh, that's so smart.
Yeah, that's something I'm definitely going to be looking into when the day comes.
Okay, so I have two. This one's a short one. So these are all stories that people are friends
are following. They're besties.
They all have sent in. This one is one. I'm not going to say names because people didn't really say whether or not to say names, so I'm just going to keep it out.
Yeah.
My mom missed. This is a short one. My mom missed my rehearsal night because she was so sick.
Oh no.
Then after the wedding happened, 30 plus people got COVID.
Oh no! After the wedding.
Oh,
so everyone got sick.
Yeah, the mom had something else.
Okay.
Apparently, she got tested.
She didn't even go. Yeah.
And then everyone got.
Oh no! You almost feel to blame, but at the same time, I'm sure you guys had fun at the wedding.
Yeah.
So the aftermath.
Honestly, like now, it's just like.
You were able to enjoy the day.
Yeah, you got sick, you're fine, move on. But still, that can feel kind of like that's a new thing that came up was during, the whole whatever COVID thing that happened. All the weddings got pushed
back, yeah.
And I remember when everything started opening up, like people started booking weddings like on Tuesday, on a Wednesday,
on a Thursday. For wedding season, yeah.
Like it was just like it could go any day, could fly.
Well, some people are even doing a wedding like live ceremony and just having almost like a Zoom, and I was like, oh, that's so sad because a lot of people just needed it, for like time purposes. They're like, no, we need this on paper, whatever, and then maybe they did the ceremony afterwards and got everybody together for a more like traditional approach.
We had a friend, Nick and I had two friends from college. They had their wedding planned during COVID.
Yeah.
but then all that happened, and they got married just like in front of family. Yeah. And then all year later we did like a big celebration. Fun. It was really nice.
They made the best of the situation.
And they sent out like a card saying we just got married, but we can't wait to celebrate with you guys really in like a later date. So it was
smart,
really nice.
Smart way to go about that.
Yeah. Okay. It was I know this one. This is a good one. It was a rainy New York City evening in Brooklyn. Bride goes missing and no one knows where she is. The ceremony is about to start. The organist literally started playing. An Uber driver had dropped her off at a coffee shop alone around the corner with no wallet or umbrella, just her husband's phone, or soon to be husband's phone.
Oh, no.
Maid of honor waved down her boyfriend at the time, so they're all sitting at the church. I'm getting chills right now. Maid of honor waved her boyfriend at the time, and is like who was sitting in the crowd, and sent him to the coffee shop to get the bride. 10 minutes later.
At the coffee shop?
Yeah. It was just like around the corner from the... 10 minutes later, she sees her boyfriend. So the maid of honor sees her boyfriend carrying the bride in the rain in Brooklyn, arriving with minutes to spare to fix her makeup, fix her hair in the church basement before walking down the aisle.
This poor girl.
And she goes, sound familiar? That was my wedding.
No way!
Yes.
Really?
Yes, that happened to me. She
sent be carried?
She
Did you want to get your dress dirty or?
So we went to go take pictures by the Brooklyn Bridge. The church was a couple blocks away. You had to like take an Uber there. And it was like a gloomy New York City evening. It was beautiful. The pictures turned out great.
The pictures are great.
It was everything. My hair doesn't stay with curls, so I didn't expect it to. It didn't
You had
really
your hair
stay.
up though, didn't you?
Yeah, it was like a pony with like, it had big curls at one point. By the time I got to the church, it was just straight, in a pony. It was so beautiful and fun. But so I got in the Uber with Nico because we stayed back to take more photos, and the bride party went to the church. Like, okay, we're going to go get ready, get lined up. And I was like, I just want a few more pictures with Nico, and then we'll go. When we got there to the church, there was nowhere for me to go to hide. Okay. And I was like, I don't want anyone to see me. Corner. I didn't know there was a basement in the church, and that's
you would have gone there.
If not, I would have gone there. So I was like, Nico, you go ahead, and I'll just hang out in the Uber. You want to make your entrance, and the Uber was like, I can't stay here and wait. So I was like, okay, just take me around the corner and drop me off somewhere. Aww. He dropped me off in the corner at a coffee shop.
Was everybody at the coffee shop?
There was one family at the coffee shop, just sitting there. And imagine just seeing a bride walk in. Aww. I looked like a runaway bride.
You're literally like Rachel from Friends. Yeah, she was right in the coffee shop with the wedding dress. That's how she came into the show.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So that's
in New York.
Oh my God!
You had a Friends moment, minus you actually got married.
Yeah, I did get married. And so I'm sitting there, and I don't have a wallet, so I can't even get myself a drink.
Right.
I'm sitting there with Nico's phone, and I'm texting my maid of honor.
Someone come get me.
I was like, where do I go? How do I get there? It's pouring rain. How am I going to get there? I couldn't get an Uber driver because there was so much traffic. I would have been a half an hour late, even though it was around the corner. So I remember seeing her now husband, Andres, walking up to the coffee shop, and he has this little umbrella. So he's I don't know, 6'2", huge, looks like a football player. Yeah. He played baseball, but huge guy. Yeah. And I'm this little tiny girl in a white wedding dress in the middle of the city. Aww. Oh my God. So we start walking, and I'm carrying my
gown, their
train, and I'm carrying my train, and there's puddles everywhere. No. You could just hear everything.
So sweet of him.
So what does he do? He picks me up. He didn't even pick me up like a beautiful, like a bride. He picks me up like a football and just carries me.
Let's go.
He's just hold on, and carries me. We cross the street.
That's so sweet.
We get to the music's going. My bridesmaids are already walking down the aisle.
Gosh.
We get there. My maid of honor's there. I grab my train and I give it to her. Yeah. She opens it up, and it just splats on the ground. Everyone turned around and heard me. Because it was so wet. I was drenched, but you couldn't tell. It was fine.
Okay, good.
But that was
white. Yeah, at least I didn't get dirty. Wet, it's okay because you can get away with it. Yeah.
But that was my story.
Chaos between.
And you know what? Even though all that happened, for me, I was like, that was a perfect day.
Yeah.
I love that story.
You enjoyed it. It's a good story to tell. Look at that.
And I wouldn't change a thing about it. It was really nice.
You're such a pretty bride.
Oh, thank you. But oh my God, that was my story.
What a day, right?
Yeah.
But you had fun.
I did have fun. So that...
You guys enjoyed these stories?
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if, like, brides, like, do we just, like, remember the good things about our wedding and we forget all the bad things? Like, I'm sure there was a lot of things that was going on, like, behind the scenes at my wedding that I didn't know of, or maybe I didn't give two craps about. I was like, oh, whatever, at this point, whatever. But I only remember, like, the most beautiful things. And, like...
And you have your pictures and videos to remember.
Yeah. I wish I would have had a content person. That would have been cool. And then also, like, I mean, Nico's best friends, some of the groomsmen ended up staying the night at our, like, apartment at our hotel. Yeah. Like, I didn't care. Like, it was so much fun. Yeah. And, like, I just went to a wedding now in Galveston, Texas. It was really beautiful. And I thought everything looked great and, like, beautiful. And the bride's saying, the flowers weren't what I wanted. Like, they didn't turn out. And, like, just remember, like, someone else, like, from the outside, maybe you had a vision.
They thought they were the prettiest flowers,
I thought it was so beautiful how it was done. I mean, it was really well done. And maybe it just wasn't her vision. But sometimes, like, you know, you just got to let some things go and enjoy the moment, which she did. And she had a great time. So it was really nice. But, yeah.
Wedding season is here.
Wedding season
Hope you guys have fun and enjoy all the weddings to come. Hopefully yours, too.
Can't wait for yours, Kat.
It's going to be a while. But I'm looking forward to when the time comes.
Yes, I'm excited.
Yay.
Thanks for sending in your stories,
Thank you guys.
friends. It was so nice reading that. So much fun.
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah. If you have any more, feel free to send them in.
Yeah, this might be a part 2 also.
Yeah. And remember, don't wear white to a wedding. Enjoy your day. Whatever happens, enjoy it. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and we can't wait to see you guys next Thursday. Love you.
Thanks for watching.